What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Sorry it's been a long time. It has been a brutal spring for us. It's been fun in a lot of ways. We've had our share of small victories, but mostly it's been trials and tribulations here on the farm. I'm not going to lie to you about that. The name of this video is Take Your Time, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We got in a rush, not for any bad reasons, but because we wanted to bring you, if you're following along from our local area, from our farmers market, we wanted to bring you squash and tomatoes and beans and flowers and all kinds of things in May. And so we got a lot of crops in the ground in the beginning of March, as soon as we could after that last frost. And we're eating crow because of it. Let me show you a couple of examples of why. Exhibit A will be these tomatoes, which half a dozen of them look great and they've got fruit, but you see the sharp decline, right? And some of them are just struggling and they're pushing through and they're going to do good, but we haven't even gotten to them to their second line of Florida weave yet, most of them, except for these ones in front. These were planted in early March. These poblano peppers, planted in early March. We got these in the ground so soon. These ones look the best up front because this is the best quality of the soil. The soil gets more wet and a little less nutritious toward the bottom of the plots down there, but that's neither here nor there. We planted this entire 32 by 100, so 6 rows, 4 foot wide, with 18-inch walkways in between. We go from poblanos to what was squash and is now beans, to tomatoes, to jalapenos, which you can really see if you focus right there, to another row of cocozelle squash, which was a zucchini, which if you really concentrate, you can tell they're all dead and gone. So there's that. And this would have been a row of yellow squash, followed by our perennial hedgerow and bouquet row over here. And moral of the story is here, we lost 3 entire rows to colder nights, monsoon-like weather, and squash bugs. And all of those things ate our lunch because our plants could not get big enough, tall enough, and strong enough to do what they needed to do. We got in a rush for good reasons, and we got everything in the ground, and then we were experiencing nights between 40, sometimes 45 and 55 degrees all the way until the following month, when it finally got into the 60s. And then it would still dip into the 50s from time to time, and you really can't get any real plant growth until the nights are above 65 degrees. And we knew we were rolling the dice on that. We did it anyways, and let me show you how much of a dramatic difference just a couple of months makes, because like I told you right here, we did that in early March, and where I'm going to take you to is beyond the first plot, beyond our 2 perennial hedgerows that are kicking butt, our bouquet rows, beyond our second plot, which is doing much better, aside from the same squash bug harassment that we have on our cucumbers. But look at these tomatoes right here. Those were planted in March. These were planted this month. It's the end of May. June 1st is tomorrow. These were planted at the beginning of this month. So this is my way of showing you, don't get in a rush, don't work too hard. We could have taken all that time and either rested, spent more time with our family, done more prep work, moved more mulch around, grown more cover crop. We could have done a whole number of things if we didn't rush that. And now we're scrambling in the middle of summer, and all the odds are against us right now. But we're gonna kick butt, we're gonna do a good job, we're gonna win, and we're gonna bring you guys tons of awesome produce if you're local and you're following us on a local level. And if not, we're going to try to keep bringing you more regular content, more quality content eventually. But right now it's spring and we're really in the crap and we got to get the work done, and so we're not spending as much time on our phones, online, etc. But we're going to keep bringing it to you guys. I wanted to show you one other thing related to the subject that we're talking about of taking your time. Look at how good everything over here looks compared to that first plot that I was showing you. We did all of this by hand. We moved all this mulch by hand because we realized that when we brought in the tractor to help us with the other plot, we just didn't have uniform level all the way across, and we still ended up having to move 50% of it by hand anyways. So with this one, we just dropped big piles where we wanted them, and moved it by hand, and everything looks better. Everything's a lot healthier. We don't have as much settling on all of our little plants, and we don't have as much problems with managing the actual levels here. But you can see the darker spots in the back, and I'm bringing you all this information. And once again, if you're local, you understand this, or even if you live in the South, you're probably experiencing something similar. I don't know how widespread it is, but here in North Louisiana, we've already gotten more rain this spring than we did in the entirety of last year. So if I weren't doing this back to Eden style deep mulch system in our garden plot, all of our topsoil would have been washed away numerous times by now, many times over. There was one week where we got over 10 inches of rain. Just in the past couple of days, it wasn't even supposed to rain, and I reckon we got about 5 inches in 2 days. We're supposed to get more rain. It's just been impossible. The plants have not been growing because of this. When you have plants that are just in wet feet and they're just staying soggy this entire time, and you plant the plants, and even though you have the deep mulch, it washes the deep mulch away, and then it washes the topsoil and the compost away, and then it exposes the roots, and you're doing everything you can to crush it, and you're doing everything you can to win, and your plants are doing everything they can to hold on, but they're just in a soup bowl right now. And we are going to keep doing the absolute best we can. We're going to hang on. I'd rather it be a little wet than a massive drought like it was last year. And we're going to crush it regardless. But we are just dealing with Mother Nature. That's all gardening and farming is fighting against nature and trying to work with it and trying to bring her to heal and trying to bring her to co-create with you. And we're going to keep working hard at it, guys, because that's all we can do. But we are facing a lot of adversity right now. That's something I want to be really transparent with all of my local people about, because I know you're expecting us to bring lots of these goods to market, and we will. And we have another plot just beyond us right here, another 10,000 square feet that we haven't even planted a single seed in. So all of that is going to be getting in the ground as we start drying up and as the temperatures start rising. So that stuff's going to take off and it's going to crush it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at the farmer's market. If you get this today, we're going to bring flowers, we're going to bring eggs, we're going to bring herbs, we're going to bring microgreens. God bless you all. Take care. I hope you're doing well. Please like this. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see, what you guys want to hear about. And if you have any similar experiences with your own gardening and what you're going through this spring and heading into summer, let me know, guys. Much love.